Because it was such a success having you and Dana at the Cumberland Fair, we're sending you to the Freiburg Fair this week.
It's going to be fun. I love a good fair. The Freiburg Fair is a good time. The Cumberland one was a good time. Their weather was a little tougher in Cumberland. This one is pretty much straight through.
Yeah.
So I talked about weather and the fair together.
I was going to say,
isn't that nice?
Look at you.
Don't expect that on Thursday, guys, when we go and start doing some rides.
Yep.
Again, I'm going back to that bottle break thing because I really thought we had it there.
You had it.
Luca was like, "Why didn't you bring me back a teddy bear?"
I was really rooting for Luca.
So for someone to come home with something, we'll give it another shot. Beautiful day today. Temperatures upper 70s to around 80 degrees. Average high in Portland 66, so it's starting to get down there. By the end of the week, the climo is down into the low 60s, and so we're dropping temperatures rapidly. These temperatures become more and more unusual. The rest of today and into tonight looks good. Temperatures are down to about the upper 50s by midnight, and then mid 50s after that. But it's not a particularly chilly night. Even in Caribou and into Rangeley, we're in the 40s by early tomorrow morning. Tomorrow is a transition day. We're about 70 to 75, so not as warm as Sunday and today, but also not as cool as where we're going through the middle of the week. So a nice middle ground day, about in the 70s here, a lot of sunshine, 60s into the mountains. We do cool down in a noticeable way on Wednesday. And not only are high temperatures struggling to get to 60 degrees, we're also seeing some gusty winds. So I think the combination of those two things will make it feel entirely like a different season on Wednesday. And Thursday is similar, where we're only around 60 for a high temperature. So you'll notice that big change those days. That's high pressure building in that chillier air mass, and it's interesting because our overnight lows will be in the 30s, which we've done that before. But our daytime highs are a little bit cooler than our last cool blast, only around 60. Some of us will actually stay in the 50s for highs on Wednesday. We reset, though, and start warming back up for Friday and into the weekend. In the 70s over the weekend, the question is just how much into the 70s. So you'll feel it on those morning lows, Thursday morning and Friday morning, with temperatures into the 30s during both of those days, and in some cases into the 20s in the mountains and across northern Maine. We start to rebound, though, for the weekend, and we get back to some warmer conditions with slightly higher dew points by the second half of the weekend. Let's talk about the tropics quickly because we've got two storms right next to each other here. We have Umberto, which is a Category 4 hurricane. We've known for a while that was going to be out to sea to the west of Bermuda, but out to sea nonetheless. This is the more interesting one, though. Imelda was one that looked to me like it could have been in a position to hit the United States, and I think there were some concerns Wednesday, Thursday last week. But the way this high built down, plus the interaction with this other tropical system, has pulled this. Now the path is almost due east or northeast out to sea, so it looks like two misses there with two storms down across the southeast. Obviously not a bad thing. For us, a lot of sunshine, no rain. And the question is really just how warm is the weekend going to be? I could see us being in the 80s on Sunday, but if a front comes through, we'll be only in the low 70s. Either way, we're above average through the weekend and probably still cruising into Monday of next week. We had that one rain event last week, right? That's going to have to hold us for a while because there's nothing in the next 7 days. And broadly, looking out farther than that, I'm not sure it ends just there. It could go out beyond there as far as dry weather. So try to enjoy it for what it is, which is kind of all the versions. We've got the cooler season on Wednesday and then back to that late summer feel over the weekend.
Yeah, some of those mornings again.
Yeah,
We'll feel it this week.
Crisp, yeah.
All right, Keith, thanks.